breakfast at the Novotel Frankfurt City, and it's not bad actually, it's pretty good. I've got scrambled egg, some sort of sausagey type thing I think. Yeah, it's like a meatball sausage. A rosti, I think, is it a rosti or just a hash brown? Is that the same thing? Boiled egg and a croissant, yeah, I think that's probably the same thing. And a cappuccino and some bread. Emily's got kiwi fruit, some what kind of berries? Cranberry berries, pretzel, some of the sausages again. We've got like a bowl of like they're calling it like a fruit bar, so there's like a fruit bar over there, and you've got like super bowls with like all sorts of really good for you food, and all different fruits basically. So some yogurt, some fruit, some juices, pretzel again, and cheeses. There's also like hams and turkey meat and all that kind of stuff. So the usual stuff, lots of bread. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, you know, and I'm not sure it's going to beat Budapest, but it's pretty good. But it was quite expensive. I think we paid 42 euros for 2 adults. I don't think we paid for the children, but it was quite pricey. Let me just check. That's just the main receipt. Hang on, let me just get it out. Yeah, so I think they charged us a 2. So let's have a look. Let's have a look here. Yeah, pretty sure that's just 2 breakfasts at 21 euros each, which is not cheap when you compare to like Budapest yesterday. But it's probably par for the course really. Right, yeah, so we're going to crack on and eat this and get ourselves ready to get in the car, because we've got a sort of round, nearly 6-hour drive to Calais. That's not too bad. I think we can leave at 9 o'clock and still have plenty of time, because our ferry's not until 4 something, and we would get there about 2. So probably leave a bit earlier than that, but we're not struggling for time. So we're going to just enjoy our breakfast and get ready to go. Finished at breakfast. We're just packed up now in the room, mostly packed up just to get going. Chloe's playing with all the bags and going crazy. Gotta take the parking ticket down to reception. The lifts are quite busy and quite slow, so the plan is we'll all get in the lift. Emily, Rachel and Chloe will go off to the car. I'll go to reception with the ticket, because although there's a ticket machine downstairs, apparently it's better to go to reception and pay there. The guy said it was cheaper. So that's a tip. If you're staying here, go down to the reception with your car parking ticket. It's a really good garage, quite big. I'll show you that when we get down there. Nicest view out of the window of Frankfurt. We seem to be sort of close to the city, but there's like, you know, train lines over there, some nice sort of big buildings. I think it's mainly a sort of like kind of I don't know how touristy it is, or it's more of a like kind of business city. But yeah, not bad room. You get a kettle, you get a TV. I plugged the Fire Stick into that, all worked fine. Telephone if you need that. They use these wooden cards for the door, which was the same as in Budapest at the Mercure. You get a little mini fridge, but there was nothing in it. You just basically can use it for putting stuff in yourself. Tea and coffee making facilities. Yeah, I stayed on the sofa bed. That wasn't too bad actually, quite comfortable. And Chloe, Emily and Rachel stayed on this bed, which is pretty big. Not the biggest one we've ever seen, but pretty big. Yeah, not bad. It's kind of a smallish room. Get an area where you can put your coats and hang clothes if you need to. Space to put shoes and things in there, and bags. Shower room's pretty good. You've got like a sink basin area, reasonable size. Got the toilet over here. Okay, there's plenty of toilet roll. Quality was pretty good as well. Shower was pretty good, all hot. Didn't have any issues at all with the heat. They give you shower gel and shampoo. Yeah, hand wash. Pretty good, I'd say. Hairdryer, all good, I think. Yeah, I know, one of those sort of mirrors where you get massive kind of, you know, a massive thing. So, yeah, pretty good room. We've enjoyed it. We were only here for a night, but it was perfectly good for everything we needed to do. One little interesting thing was when you play, like say the TV in here, so when you have like something on the TV, you can hear the sound in the bathroom. So that was quite good. We were watching something and I had to go to the bathroom to get ready for bed, and I could sort of still hear the program that I've been watching, so I could carry on sort of listening to it even though I couldn't see it, which is quite good actually. It's very good. Yeah, right, we're ready to go down now, aren't we?
Yeah,
just about. Get down there, get in the car, because we've got to get to Calais, and we're hoping that we might be able to sort of get there early-ish and jump on a earlier ferry. That's kind of the hope, and then we might be back a bit earlier tonight. So right, we're going to crack on and get down to the garage and the reception. I'm down in the garage. Here's the parking, there's the Rangey. Done us proud again, got us this far to Frankfurt. Touch wood, it gets us further. As you can see, it's a decent car park. It was €18 a night. And basically you've got like, you know, you've got big spaces, and someone just parked their car by the side there. So, you know, obviously there's quite a few smaller spaces, but you know, you can even get a big car in there, look. So yeah, not bad actually, and pretty good. But yeah, don't use the ticket machine. Take your card to reception and get them to validate it there, and they'll charge you less money. I think I paid €18 rather than 20, so save a bit of money. Not much, but you do. The lifts are a pretty bad thing. That's why we sort of sent Rachel down to the car ahead of me, because the lifts like stop at every floor. I went all the way up to the top even though I was going down, and people kept getting in and getting out, and it was just really, really manic. So there is stairs if you've got, you know, no prams and stuff, so I would just run down the stairs if I was you. But if you haven't, you'll have to put up with it, I guess. But yeah, Ranger's done us proud, getting on. Tyres seem all good, even from like the other day on the Transfiguration where they looked a bit low. We pumped them back up and they seem pretty good. So whether they were always that low, I don't know, but they're looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy now. So yeah, car's looking good. We are now round about 10 to 9, so we're a little bit later, but we're gonna crack on now. I'm gonna set up all the camera equipment on the car, and we're gonna head off out of the car park and start making our way towards Calais, and we'll work out what we got to do with the fuel situation. Probably fill up in Germany ahead of Belgium, and then probably make it to the coast. And I'm expecting France to be more expensive than the UK at the moment, so might just leave fueling until we're in the UK if we need to. We have stopped at a place called... Where's this place? I don't know. Right, where is this place called? Eschweiler, yeah, I thought it was Eschweiler actually. Yeah, so we stopped at Eschweiler to get some fuel before we go across the border because it's supposedly cheaper here. We're about to find out. Yeah, doesn't come up yet, so... 181, so Rachel was wrong, it's not... I think it's still cheaper overall compared to Belgium, but it's not cheaper really, so it's still more expensive than I was expecting, but yeah, it's fine. We will go in and pay for it, and it's not too bad. I think we were expecting 179, which is supposed to be a verified price, but it's actually, wow, it's up there, look, 181.9. To be honest, it's probably just gone up in the the day, and I think we even found last time that prices could vary throughout the day. So like at the beginning of the day, it might be more expensive than later on at night. I think we found that when we tried to fill up in Frechen before. So I think it's variable. They know how to vary the prices depending on what the busy time of day is. But anyway, it's fine. We'll get this filled up, and it's still cheaper than on the motorway, and it's still cheaper than Belgium. So I think that's still pretty good. But we'll find out. But yeah, hopefully that's still cheaper than what Belgium was. But I don't know. Rachel will have to check. But I'm guessing it was. Right, so still going in. Should be quite a lot because we got down to like basically about a quarter of a tank left, so it will fill up a bit more this time. So there we go. Still going to be going a little while. I think it will go maybe like 60 or 70 litres, I would have thought. So let's see. It looks like cars can get past us as well. So it's just going back out behind, I think. Right, here we go. So going on. So it's going to be over 50 to 60 litres maybe. But yeah, we definitely needed it. It's obviously filling up quite a bit. There we go. Doesn't seem to be the fastest filling thing. Yeah, look, we're definitely in the west again, aren't we? Look at the price of the fuel. Basically, it's going up mad, like loads of euros. At least it's not pounds, I suppose, because that would be a lot more. But 70 litres. No, I think I'm going to be round about right. I can hear it sort of. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I thought it would be just over 70, and it is. So yeah, that's pretty good. So basically pretty similar to the UK. You've got diesel is black. The only thing is it looks like it's red here for, well, those are green, so it's very similar to what we used to, as opposed to somewhere like Romania where it can be yellow. Right, okay, so I'm going to go in and pay. It was a little bit more expensive than we were expecting, but is it still cheaper than Belgium was? I think it was. Yeah, but now we're heading towards basically the Dutch border, I think. I think last time we went through the Belgian border, but anyway, this time we're going on the Dutch border. So we're heading that way, and yeah, so we should be going through shortly. Don't know how long, maybe a few kilometres. But yeah, the plan was to fill up basically in the cheapest places, and that was the cheapest really. I mean, the price had changed from when we last looked at it. Well, in fact, we looked at it today, didn't we? So the price that they had on Fuelo was not correct, but it was only well, it was about a couple of cents more, wasn't it? But anyway, it is what it is. We still think it was cheaper, so not much else you can do. So we're heading on, and we're going to try and yeah, you know, get to the ferry as early as we can. It's looking quite busy compared to last year when we left. When we headed off from Cologne last year, and the traffic was like really low. I think I was surprised there was hardly any traffic around us, but it does seem to have a bit of traffic this time, so I'm a little bit nervous that we could end up with delays, because you know, you get one traffic jam and then you've missed your ferry probably. So yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen, especially around Brussels. I just hope it's not a sign of it being a lot busier. I saw a lot of UK cars and other nationalities, so I guess a lot of people are heading towards Calais as well, so Calais and Dunkirk. Sort of regretting not getting the Channel Tunnel now, because I think the ferry takes longer. Might be a bit cheaper, but essentially, yeah, with the Channel Tunnel, you just jump straight on and jump straight off at the end. So there's a lot of faffing around with the ferry, but it is nicer. You do see things. You can have some food on there, so it's a little bit of a break in the day, and you can actually kind of eat. So whereas really in the Channel Tunnel, you just literally sat in the carriage waiting to you know, sat in your car in the carriage waiting to get off at the other end, which is good and bad. So yeah, we're heading on, and hopefully we'll be crossing the border soon, and we'll be making some good progress, hopefully. approaching the French border, just over 2 kilometers away. We're expecting it to be another one of those sort of false borders where you have to kind of drive around a barrier and all that. It never used to be like that. It used to be a proper road. There was just a motorway just carried on into Belgium, but since the whole migrant thing got sort of popular, a lot of these places have been reintroducing a kind of border. There's probably other areas where there's no border at all, which is probably a bit silly, really. You know, but on this motorway, I think you've got to go round a kind of checkpoint thing, a bit like Austria, when we go from Hungary. But I think the last time we went through it, there was no one there, so the police weren't even there. So we're 750 meters. Let's see. Well, it might have changed after a year. I don't know, but I doubt it. Probably. Well, I don't know. So anyway, we're about to go through it soon. 400 meters. I don't know what's going on here. It kind of looks like we're just going straight into France. So no, I think that border's gone. So I'm eating my words. But yeah, it looks like the border's gone. Unless it was just while they were fixing the road or something. I don't know. Let's see if there is anything up ahead, because there was a sign about like there being like kind of problems, you know, with traffic jams at the border. Now I can see the area now where you would have turned off before, and that's all been closed now. So no, they're not doing it, or at least they're not doing it at the moment. That area's been closed off with like kind of concrete, you know, borders. So yeah, it's definitely not doing that anymore, which is good. Basically, we're moving on, and we've just literally crossed the border without you even really realising you're now in France. If you hadn't seen the sign, you wouldn't know that you were in France. Right, so we're heading to the border. We're not going to be filling up in France, and it's not because they did us over last year when we wanted some fuel and it turned out there was a fuel strike and we didn't know about it. So we spent like an hour trying to find some fuel, and then eventually went back to Belgium to get some, nearly running out. No, we're not. This time we've worked out that France is more expensive than the UK currently. So what we're going to do is we should have enough basically to get across, and then we'll probably go up around the M25 and try our best to sort of get out the London area, go a little bit north, and then we'll probably fill up somewhere off the A1 or off one of the roads that we'll be on, so not on the motorway again, like we've done here when we've come off to somewhere else, and yeah, we'll fill up again. But who knows, maybe we'll make it all the way back to Doncaster, but don't know. We're coming up to having, you know, we're not quite on half a tank. We're about 1 notch and a bit away, so we're not we haven't done a quarter. We've done just over a quarter of a tank, getting on for half a tank. So, and that's since the German border. So we are sort of going through the fuel, I think, and I think it's because we've been going as fast as we can to make up as much time. And the problem is with these sort of trips is that in order to kind of get to places, because they're vast distances, you kind of got to do the maximum speed or else you're going to be there really late. So yesterday we went from like Budapest all the way to Frankfurt, and with a couple of stops, you know, not massive amounts of stops, we kind of, well, maybe a bit more than, maybe 3 stops, we were still there at like, you know, nearly 10 o'clock. So it just shows you the distances you're trying to do, and in the end you're going to have to go faster in the car in order to account for that, and then you're going to spend more in fuel. So you could do it slower, but then you're not going to make it as far as you need to do in the day that, you know, to get back, and then sort of a 5-day drive might become a 6-day drive or a 7-day drive. I mean, we stopped in Budapest for a day, so we believe we could do it, you know, with 4 days. I think we've done it in 3 days before, but you are basically driving like almost like you're asleep. So I never really understand the English guys that we read about on the groups and stuff, how they manage to do 3 days. I don't know, but you're probably going to be really knackered. Maybe there's some secret to it, we don't know. But I think we tend to spend a bit longer in Romania than a lot of other people do. Maybe they just get right through out of Romania. Although we quite like Romania, so we do like staying there. And we like looking at the place and visiting the place. So maybe they just treat Romania as get out of there, get into Hungary and then stop somewhere. Maybe that's why. But anyway, we're cracking on. We've got about 50 kilometers left to the ferry terminal, apparently 36 minutes. Getting there around about 10 to 3. We might have a quick stop just to clean off the camera before we get into the place, just because I don't know what state it's in. There might be bugs and stuff on it. That's the downside with it being outside. You can't really see it. Right, so we're cracking on. Chloe's kicking off. Probably needs changing or something. Anyway, we're heading on and we should be there shortly. We're at the ferry now in the queue, waiting for to board. It's now, what time is it? 3:05. Chloe's changed. We got through passport really fast, didn't we? It was like the French one was really jolly and happy, and she was quite quick to do everything. The English one was really good as well, just really fast. We were straight through, no problems at all. Yeah, like last time I'm sure we had like delay where they looked through the car. Sure, it took ages at each passport one thing. It was busier queues. No, this has been really serene, hasn't it? Not maybe we're just a bit earlier than normal, I don't know. I mean, I suppose we've got to wait now an hour and 30 minutes or at least like an hour or so. Doesn't look too bad though. It's not like there's loads of cars. I'm hoping it's quiet, but lovely day. I think it's like around about 24-25 degrees out there, so quite nice to sit in the queue waiting, really. You know, it's fine, but yeah, I can see a P&O ferry in front, but that's like that's not our ferry. We're on DFDS, aren't we? So, but yeah, I can put my sunglasses on, and yeah, should be a nice. That's the P&O ferry, I think. Well, that's interesting. Just a load of police gone on to the P&O ferry. Yeah, a load of police just like going up.
That one's out.
I don't know if they're just going on there because they're border force and they're going home. I don't know, but there was just a load of police suddenly gone on the ferry, motorbikes and cars. So it'd be interesting to see what happens, whether they come back off again. To keep an eye out for that. But they seem to be going on with other cars. It's not like they're stopping anyone else going on, so I presume they're just going back to the UK or something. Or I don't know, or if they're French. They look more like UK ones to me.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, because obviously there's the border for the UK is here in Calais, and likewise there's a border in the UK for France. So you can't like come across here and then. Never heard it do that before. No idea. Never heard it beep like that before, so yeah, no idea what that's about. There's some other police running towards.
It's like sirens.
Definitely interesting. There's definitely some people, some like uniformed people running across. I don't know what they're up to. Whether they're just missing the ferries or they're thinking, oh, I better leg it over to get my coach. Sirens and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. This is interesting, yeah. But they're still loading the ferry, so you wouldn't load a ferry that was like going to be stopped, would you? I don't know. I think there's probably nothing going on. But this didn't happen last time we were here. It did not keep like blowing its horn like that's the ferry blowing its horn. But that did not happen last time we were here. Although I don't think there was a P&O ferry when we were here last time. But anyway, maybe they're just trying to speed people up, get people on. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, we're here. We're waiting for our ferry. Hopefully it's all on time and we get back to the UK. We're debating whether to eat on the ferry or whether we want to eat after the ferry somewhere. One, you can obviously eat on the ferry and you're moving while you're eating. And the other one, you're going to lose time probably on your journey. But we'll have a think about it and see what we feel like doing. But yeah, anyway, it's all good. We're checked in. We're basically waiting to get on the ferry now. So we've made it through Europe back to the ferry port. So yeah, we're just waiting now. we're on the ferry. Got a nice view of the port at the moment. So there's Calais port. They've loaded on the lorries now, I think. It's pretty good. Nice boat. There's plenty of space on here. It's not very busy actually. Don't know if it'll busy up or not, but it's not very busy at the moment. So it's pretty good. So Chloe's got a chip. We've got some food, haven't we? I got some fish and chips. Rachel's got some chickpea curry with like a naan. What's that? Is it a naan? It is a naan.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's quite nice. Whatever it is, it's nice.
It's like a tagine, so I guess it's
Tagine, yeah. So it's like a curry really, but Moroccan curry, is it? I don't know. Got some Coke, Pepsi. Emily's got an apple drink and some chicken and chips.
yeah.
And yeah, so we've got a good set of food, and it's not very busy. Although it's getting busier, but we're pretty well versed in this. We get straight up in the car, straight up here, straight to the front seats. We know what we're doing. We've done it a few times. Chloe is managing to make quite a mess with that chip. I'm surprised by that. She's usually pretty good with chips.
Must be quite fluffy.
Must be very fluffy. Yeah, that might be quite good. Looking forward to that now. But yeah, pretty good. We're, everything seems to be on time. Everything's, we're not looking too bad. And yeah, so we're just waiting now for the ferry to set off and eat this dinner. And I think it's about an hour and a half, isn't it, the crossing? So we've got about an hour and a half. Not too long to wait, and then basically hopefully we'll be back in the UK pretty quickly. Chloe's got her bread. You enjoying that? You enjoying that? Yeah. You're right smiley and happy today, aren't you? Emily, you enjoying yours? Is it nice, that bread? Yeah? You got a bit of like reaction to sunburn cream at the moment, haven't you? Yeah, we I don't know, we put some Lidl sun cream on her and it seems to have brought up in a rash, but anyway, but it happened before with a Tesco one, and it'll clear after a day. Yeah, we've got to use Nivea, really. There's not really any way around it. Anyway, so they're loading everyone on and we are going to eat our lunch, and then we are going to, I don't know, wait for it to get back to the UK, basically. Maybe take a look around the ship. boat, and it's a bit windy, but I think I've got the camera pointed the right way that it won't actually knacker up the sound, but this is a test really. Yeah, so it's pretty good, isn't it? We're just like, we can see Dover in the distance. So that's coming up over there, you probably can't see it to be honest with you. But yeah, we're basically now just waiting for the boat to get in. Calais looks really good out over the sea. I don't know if you can see it, you obviously won't be able to, but I think we're being followed by another DFDS boat in the distance. Probably won't be able to pick that up. But yeah, so yeah, Emily's loving being out on deck, aren't you? Emily, you enjoying being out on deck? On the boat? You like it on the boat? Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Chloe, you like it on the boat, don't you? You can tell. You're really excited. And Rachel's really excited as well because she's got to hold the other camera. But nah, we'll put that away in a bit. But no, it's been really good. But we're kind of now we're going to be sort of like getting back to the UK. And we're going to have to do loads of stuff when we get home. Loads of, you know, boring stuff rather than going out enjoying holiday stuff. I don't know. But yeah, still a little bit to go. We've still got to drive to Doncaster. It's going to take like 4 hours probably after this. But yeah, we're going to be alright, I think, packing on and going up the motorway. But yeah, it's been good on the boat today and the weather's really nice. Like it's like summer's come back again briefly, just for this bit of the trip. And yeah, I think it's like 24, 25 degrees. You know, it was in Calais. I don't know what it is here, but it feels quite warm to me. It doesn't feel cold, does it? It doesn't feel cold stood out here. Like, I'm wearing a t-shirt, no problem. Emily's wearing a, you know, she's not wearing a jumper. Chloe's not wearing a jumper. None of us are cold. So yeah, it's really good. Nice end to the summer, really, isn't it? You know, so when we get back to Doncaster, it'll probably be raining, but who knows? Hopefully not. Anyway, yeah, it's been a good trip really, and still got a bit of driving to do yet, but this will be the last bit of fun I think before we get home really. So yeah, basically out here is the English Channel and La Manche, I think the French call it. And yeah, we're basically heading back away from the continent and back to the UK. And that's it. That's 4 months. 4 months we've been away, and it's been really good. But now we've got to go back. So now begins the slide into Christmas. And yeah, looking forward to it in a way, because we've had quite a lot of sun this year. It's been really hot. We're absolutely boiling where we've been. So yeah. Yeah, it's been a good trip, and yeah, we're kind of looking forward to getting back now, aren't we? Yeah. We are. Well, honestly, we are. Again, and we're waiting for the ferry to go. We're seeing cars go around us. We should be going soon. There's been quite a few, although I think, yeah, it's because a lot of people haven't got back to their cars. So the guys in front of us haven't got back to their car, and I think the guys right up ahead haven't got back to their car, so that's probably why we're not going. But it did make sense because the lane next to us did go, but whether we'll be held up quite a bit now by these guys, I don't know. Oh, it's a shame because it was really efficient last time and we got straight off the boat, but it's fine. We're not going to be far behind, I don't think. It just amazes me how disorganised people are, really. Like, we're always panicking to be ready. Get down to the thing, you know, make sure you're in the car, make sure you're always ready. And there's always like, it's always the person right at the front who is like the last person to come back and get in the car, which I don't know why that is. But anyway, I think he has got in his car now, and I think everyone's moving, but I don't know. One of the women's come out of the car. I don't know about the car in front of the one in front of us though. That doesn't look like anyone's in it. There's no light or anything, so I've got a feeling that we're going to be a little while yet. I'll put the car back in park, I think, and wait for it. It just looks very like lifeless, like no one's there. But I could be wrong. Maybe they will be there. I don't know. But yeah, good little crossing. Had fun. Went outside. Had some food. It's pretty good all round, really. I would say. Pretty enjoyed that. Would you say?
Yeah.
Better than the previous experience, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think last time we just sat inside the whole time, but it was a lot busier, so we were a little bit like we didn't want to lose the space we had to try and get. Oh, actually, there is someone in that car. It just didn't have any lights on. Right, yeah. So we are going, and it looks like we're moving now. Oh, we're definitely moving now. There's always a big noise whenever you move, and you think, was that us? Was that something else? Don't know. I think it was a trailer getting onto the thing. Just as I moved though, I heard a big noise. But anyway, that should be it now. There shouldn't be any border checks on this side because we went through the UK border in France, in Calais, so shouldn't be. It should just be a case of driving off and heading on the road. I've set the sat nav to Doncaster, so should be able to find the correct route. But yeah, it's just straight on from here. I think people are trying to cut into different lanes, which is a bit of a pain. You don't need to do that. Just go in this lane, I think it's fine. I think they think they're in France because they're trying to get on the right hand lane, but it doesn't make no difference. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, that's alright, we've moved over now. There's one car who was just like desperate to get into the same lane as everyone else, even though I think it's a double lane, so you know, you don't need to be in that lane, so you just meant to follow out whatever lane you're in. That makes sense, but he was a bit confused. Right, here we go, heading on. I just saw in front of us there's a Romanian car with a trailer. They always seem to have like massive trailers and go and pick up cars, so they take cars back to Romania, I think. Cars and other vehicles want to be in that side. To be honest, we probably could have gone through the other one, but yeah, I think now you just drive through, and unless they pull you in to inspect you, then you basically just drive out onto the main road and away. Hopefully we don't get pulled in. Yeah, so exit all routes. It looks like one car has been pulled in. They're asking some questions of a van up ahead. Obviously they've got a lot of, they've got a lot of space really, haven't they, for don't think I'd want to go down that way, but we're just our luck. There's a big queue now, so we're going to get stuck, I think. Anyway, they've let them on, so that's fine. So we just follow what they're doing. I think basically, they're all stood there and you don't know whether they're going to pull you in or not, so they might do, because we've got a camera on the roof, so they might take an interest, but they haven't by the looks of it, so that's good. I think we're okay. Not that we've got anything to hide, but yeah, so we're heading on now, and yeah, basically you exit the port this way, and yeah, basically should come straight onto the A2 or the A20. I think it might be the A2 for us, I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll head up towards Dartford crossing, so head up towards, I think it's like the M20 we end up on, is that right? Or the M2 maybe? Yeah. And then we will be heading to the M25 and then shortly on to the Dartford crossing, but it's usually quite busy. It was busy last year, so let's hope this year, a bit like the boat's been quiet, hopefully the crossing will be quiet, and it'll all been fine. But yeah, we were tempted to go a different route home just because of that last year, so let's hope that it doesn't happen. So yeah, so I think we're going the A20, aren't we? Yeah, mine's saying to go straight on. What's yours saying?
Question, I haven't set it up yet.
To be honest, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right at all. So, I don't know. It's taking me straight on. So, normally we've gone up this way. I'm going to go up this way. Normally we go upwards. So, I'm just doing that because I don't want to...
Mine would have taken it.
It would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Rachel just quickly got her, you know, sat nav up and running. Mine's very strange. It takes you weird ways, but sometimes it knows better, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, last time we came up this way, so I was a bit surprised when it tried to take us along the M2, which we don't want to go. So the M2 or the M20, I don't know. But now we're on the A2, so we're going up the A2, and it says welcome to England. Thank you. Yeah, we'll head up the road, and hopefully we're on the right path now. And hopefully the Dartford crossing will be quiet, because I think that will be the big problem if there is one. So yeah, so that's it. So we'll get back about 9:45 tonight, so quite late. 4 hours 20 minutes, so quite a long drive. But anyway, we're heading on. Just gone through a load of traffic coming up through the M2, but now we're going on to the M25, and although we're expecting the Dartford crossing to be a bit congested, it doesn't look like it's as congested as it has been. Like before, we couldn't get over the turn off, like it was backed up all the way down the M2, and so you couldn't just go around the turn off and get to it. So we've just gone up round the turn off, and we're joining the M25 now, and it doesn't look to be like the kind of traffic that we saw before. So yeah, it's all looking good at the moment, so that's pretty good. It's a bit surprising. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it is, really. So yeah, so I think we'll be going through the tunnel. So I think when you go northbound, you go through the tunnel. When you go southbound, you go over the bridge. So yeah, so it's saying there's a queue ahead, but I mean it's so much further forward than where we got last time. I mean, we were a lot longer, something like, I don't know, 40 minutes or an hour. But here it is slowing people down, and there is congestion, but I don't think it's in the realms of what we were dealing with last time, so that's good. We have to slow down because they do have average speed check, I think. fresh, but not for us probably. Yeah, so we are now heading towards the tunnel, and I think it'll be the tunnel anyway. But yeah, it's a weird system. You have to pay the charge by midnight tomorrow. Is that right, Rach?
Yeah.
So you don't. There's no like toll booth. You don't like kind of give them money or whatever on the way through. So yeah, for people who are not used to the system, they'd probably find it like quite weird. It's now a lorry trying to get into our lane. So yeah, our luck's run out. It has got very busy now. But I mean, we're much further on than we were, and it looks like the traffic's still moving ahead. But yeah, basically you you have to pay it online, so you can go on your phone or computer, and you get like until tomorrow evening. So if you to pay it, so you can go across it. You just got to make sure you pay it within a certain time, or else you're gonna have a problem. I just need to make sure that we're in the right lane. Any vehicle, yeah, I think we're all right. These are all the same lanes, are they? It's all going through, isn't it? I think. Yeah, I think so. No, it seems like it is. Seems like it is. Yeah, which is good. I didn't expect that. I mean, I was kind of hoping it would give me a chance to clean the camera off, really. But I don't think we're going to get that chance, because it does look like we're basically heading on, and it's not really congested. It's just a bit slow. So just got to go through at slower speed. It is congested, but what I mean is last time it was at a standstill. It was crawling along at best. There were times where you were sat still, and times where it was moving slightly. So yeah, we're definitely going through the tunnel. So yeah. So here we are, we're in the west tunnel. I'm guessing the other one's the east tunnel. I don't think we usually go through this one. We normally through the other one. It does seem slow, and it does seem to be slow down here. I'm guessing because there's trucks and people are worried, I guess, to be too close to the trucks. Maybe, I don't know. This is, yeah, it has snarled up here. I'm guessing that they're nervous of the width of the tunnel, maybe. I don't think it'll be as sort of like narrow as some of the German kind of on the autobahn, when you have like a roadworks and they narrow the lanes and put like very solid barriers next to it. Definitely learn how to drive through narrow areas when you get that kind of training. Driving through the autobahn, I'm sure we had a few on the way this time as well. But yeah, it's fine, it's moving on. There's been no point where it stopped, not really, only for a brief second, and it's moving on. So yeah, I don't think we can be too moany about this, really, can we? One thing that we've realised as well is that we don't think we need any fuel. So the car's saying we've got 269 miles of fuel left, and the sat-nav's saying there's 175 miles left. So we should finish with like quite a decent amount of fuel. Not like, a full tank by any means, or even, obviously it's at half now, or just under half. But I think if we go relatively carefully, we're not going to need to fill up. So I think basically our last fuel stop will have been on the German border, and we wouldn't have predicted that this morning. We wouldn't have thought that would happen. Yeah, I can see why people are nervous. These trucks are going a bit too far over for my liking. They're definitely like encroaching in our lane, which is a bit of a worry. And it's not a great place to have an accident, I would say, because you are in a very narrow tunnel. So yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that truck to be crush you into the side of the wall. So yeah, we are doing well. We're moving on, and I think we're going to be out of this soon. And I fully expect that when this tunnel ends, we're just going to be bang, and the M25 is going to crack on, and that'll be that. And I don't know if there'll be any more jams. bikes going in and out. Motorbike just basically gone in and out of us and the truck. Not a smart thing to do, and in fact not a legal thing to do, because it says stay in lane and there's 2 white lines, so I mean you're just not meant to cross these lines at all. So yeah, pretty stupid thing to do when you're not wearing any kind of leathers either. You're only wearing a helmet. So, but he can go on YouTube as a fool who's immortalized forever doing something stupid. Luckily he's alive. That's the main thing. But anyway, right, we're heading on, and I think, yeah, basically once we pass this area now, he just pulled in front of the van. The van was like, oh, what? And I think once we get back onto the main motorway here, I think it's all going to just pile on. I don't think there's going to be a problem. But yeah, what's crazy about this tunnel is they kind of charge you money to go slower. You kind of think, isn't this meant to make things faster? That's the whole point of this route, really. To believe that the other route was slower, but it's like really slow through it. Right, yeah, I think we're doing okay. Gonna get back onto the main road now. Everyone's kind of merging back in with each other from both tunnels, I'm guessing. And yeah, I think it's going to be moving on. There'll be a bit of congestion, but nothing serious, I think. And it looks like speed is picking up because it's a 50. I think it's because it's a 50 zone, so it's only really after it's going to go into like 70 again now. So we should be able to sort of move on fast soon. But I don't know. I mean, the tunnel, the bridge, like the reverse of what we're doing, so behind us, that looks like it's at a crawl, so worse than what we had. So it was better this way than that way this time. So mind you, we've been snarled up on both sides before, haven't we? So it's like, you know, half of the course. Anyway, we're heading on the M25 now, and it's looking like it's moving pretty well. I don't think it's going to be a problem, and hopefully we'll be onto we'll get off the M25 away from London. This is the ring road that goes around London. But when we get off onto the A11 or the M11, I can't remember, we will be on our way to the north, and hopefully as the time goes on, the roads will get quieter. That's what should happen. Right, we're heading on. Yeah, we're getting on, and we're hopefully going to be back around about 9:30 now, so that's a bit faster than what it suggested before, so that's a good win. So yeah, hopefully we get there at 9:30.